The sky grows dark, decay underneath, with ravens in the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight, dark age, the Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sounds of arms, fierce morality, nightfall the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight, dark age, the Ragnarok, sail war. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok, bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valhalla Esports, some Week 7 action. Tonight we've got Goat Kings versus the Big Wheel, the fight for first seed. I'm Hailstorm, joined by Karma Warrior for the cast. How are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Can't wait to see these games. This looks like we have some pretty good picks going into these drafts here.
For sure. And we will jump to look at the lineups. Here we've got Goat Kings and Big Wheel. Both teams have their full lineups. Goat Kings actually just recently made a big shift, dropping Goat King Neat for Malco, and did some swapping around the players. Hungry Hobbit now in the top lane, Goat King Reaper jungle, Deity mid, Malco ADC, and Goat King Beard as support. Big Wheel still have their lineup set up with Avius top, Big Wheel Evbot jungle, Big Wheel the hard way mid, Big Wheel Fluffy ADC, and Elliewood the third support. How you feeling about this matchup?
Pretty good. Really weird about these games is that there's not really overlap between each other's picks, like at all. So what's really I'm looking forward to is like the bans. The only person that's contested in these drafts is Seraphine, and the rest are literally no one matches each other on champions. So there's not like a really good contested pick to look out for. It's more like we'll see what they decide to ban. I mean, specifically like Evebot's jungle plays Echo Gragas Sedge Zac, while Goat King Reaper is more like a Mumu Maokai, maybe even a Silas. We have some really like fringe picks here for Goat Kings here. I'm looking on Silas jungle, Varus mid, or even Kled mid. Those are the really fringe picks that I have because of the role swaps. For
Oh,
top lane, I have just Poppy, and the rest of them are kind of unknown. We don't really know much about Hungry Hobbit in top lane at the moment.
yeah, well, after he picks up, we're actually into the draft now, so I'll send us into the draft going on. Go Kings on the blue side, Big Wheel red. Go Kings took out Zeri, Brand, and Gragas. Big Wheel took away that Seraphine, Tarek, and Swain. And the Misfortune first pick, Big Wheel grabbing that Tristana Rel.
Yep, Tristana's really strong right now. It's a good flex to mid lane and ADC. We do end up getting the Zyra pick.
And a Diana. Yeah, Trist definitely looked good for Big Wheel last week. They had it mid in their game 2, I believe, and it looked like Hardway had a good time on it.
Yeah, in their game 1, it was super big. They ended up making the other team play game 2. And, yeah, that was when we matched it with Brand.
But actually looking
we'll see.
pretty similar to that draft where they have the
Mhm.
Tristana, Rel, Samira.
Yep, and we do match it with a Wombo combo coming out from Goat Kings with the MF, Zyra, and Diana R. So maybe we'll see Yone mid lane. Or not Yone mid lane, Asuo mid lane.
Yep,
We do ban the Echo out.
Yone banned
jungle.
away by Big Wheel, Echo banned by the Goat Kings. The final ban for Big Wheel. See if they wanna, if they have any idea what Hobbit's gonna go for, or they just want to ban more things away from Deity. The Malphite,
ban the Malphite.
taking away the
ban.
safe pick.
Staple.
And the Lilia for Goat Kings, taking away more jungles from Evbutt. See, Big Wheel pick up. I assume it'll be a jungle pick here.
We do get the Zac pick coming out for Evebot here.
Yeah,
I do like it, as we knock-up comp is going to end up starting for the Samira.
Yeah, good knockups. Not exactly the standard pickup for Evbot, but definitely one I think he will perform well on all the same.
That seems to be Diana mid lane with Graves. Graves and Diana, although, are flex picks, so both could play it in each role.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Big flex there. Poppy, I'm assuming will be top for Hunger Hobbit, so we'll have to see how he pilots that champion, trying to block some of these dive-ins. Boost Sandwich says, Graves mid, bet you. Well, we'll see, Boosted. We gotta see what they're feeling. I do remember Deity saying he likes it a lot, so that could be correct. And the Kale pickup for Big Wheel.
Ego picked the Kale top and Poppy. We'll see how that goes. I know Kale has a super strong level 1, so we'll see how he decides to play it.
Yeah, that deceptively strong level 1 from Kale, where it's like, oh, this champion has to scale up, I can just fight her, but you can't actually.
No, it's like Tryndamere level 1. It's that weird thing that like you feel like he shouldn't be that useful, and then he just auto attacks you 8 times.
Right.
Kind of crazy.
Then we get into the actual draft. But how you feeling about the lineups? Which way are you leaning right now?
I like the side of Big Wheel here, in my opinion. There's not very many ways to like, there's like a couple ways to knock Samira out, but most of the time she's able to like adjust. The big thing here is how well this Poppy is played into the Samira Zac. The most part. If Poppy plays well, it's probably a win for Goat Kings. If Poppy plays mediocre, or if Big Wheel plays it really well, it'll end up being a win for Big Wheel.
For sure, for sure. I just started up the poll for your channel points for game number 1. Pick which side you think will win. Will it be the Goat Kings or Big Wheel taking this game 1? Do you believe in the wombo combo of Goat Kings or the dive-in potential and scaling and KO of Big Wheel?
Oh, we do get to see where this is placed. We do have the Diana jungle and the Graves mid. Do we have rules about swapping? Are they allowed to swap?
You cannot lane swap until 5 minutes. So if you wanted to lane swap, you'd have to just deal with it for a couple minutes in lane before you actually moved.
Oh, like trading.
Oh, trading you're allowed to
characters.
trade. You have to trade, and I believe it's
For the last 20 seconds.
It's by like 30 or 20 seconds. You can't trade
okay.
again. So
Sounds good.
you have a little bit where you can switch it around.
Yeah.
Most people, instead of like not trying to be a dick, just pick their champs when you've done the draft wall. But you are technically allowed to trade up until those last 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds.
Sounds good.
Yeah, excited to see how Hungry Hobbit plays up in this top lane. The ADC turned to top laner.
I'm also excited to see how this mid lane turns out as it's being a Graves Tristana.
Yeah, that's
Very aggressive lane.
Screw the AP champions. We're doing the AD mid laners this time.
Yeah. AD mid lane alpha race. Okay. I do like how spread out our damages on each team. There's not really like a lack on any team. It'll be a big question on how Kale is in lane. If Kale ends up getting out of lane ahead or even, it'll be really hard for Goat King to respond after like the 15-minute mark. So we'll see how they make use of this early timer that they have.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely need to punish the aggressive Kale pick.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how this 2v2 goes between Diana Graves and Zach Tristana.
Yeah, I think they've got the damage on the side of Goat Kings there, but Zach just provides so much CC. Depends on how that fight ends up playing out.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how Malco does on this Misfortune. I know he's an ADC main. I have not seen him play yet, so ready to see how he plays with King Beard.
Yeah, I've heard from the grapevine that they've played before, so we'll see how the synergy is with each other.
I believe they played back in the Pressar days.
As we load into game, if you want to give us some primes as we are loading into this game, we will definitely love you for the next 30 days, and maybe even more if you continue. Hailstorm, what is the side you're rooting for on this team?
I like the draft more from Big Wheel, and I've seen them play similar drafts. So I think my brain would say they win, but I want to believe in the mix-up from Goat Kings, so I want to see them pop off and show how mixing it up does for them. So
we will see.
I'm a root for Goat Kings. How about you?
I will be on the side of Big Wheel. Although I'm excited to see how Goat Kings plays this swap, since there's a few swaps on this team.
Yeah, I know Deity had said originally he was a mid main, so he's kind of back to his roots.
Yep.
I know Goat King Reaper has played many roles and is always willing to swap around for a team. So my biggest question mark will be how Hobbit does top, but I'll believe in him. You think we'll see any kind of invade shenanigans? Probably from Big Wheel, I would guess, if it does happen.
Yeah, they definitely have the stronger invade. Although, if Goat King stacked, I wouldn't know how fast the damage would come out. It would be pretty fast, especially if Poppy like starts E and like knocks them into a wall. But
Yeah.
we will see.
It'd be one if you held it and you just knocked him over, it'd be great. But if you got that Rel jumping on the whole team and then just the Samira additional knockup, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah. We will see how they decide to play it.
For sure. Now we'll load on up into this game. Almost got that timing perfect. Looking like the refillable start for Deity versus the Dorns. Normal start for Tristana in the mid lane.
Yep, I'm in favor of the Deity buying refillable here. I think Tristana might have wanted to do the same thing. We do see the exhaust coming out from Tristana. So we'll see how they decide to play the early levels here.
I'll be
knowing
big
that they
for
are
any
going
all-ins. The TP though, if none of the kills come through, will in the end help out Deity getting back to waves quicker and having more map pressure.
We are getting the lethality misfortune this game, so.
I don't know what this keeps happening. Hopefully no random pauses now. Where's the cull? Who was supposed to get a cull, Flimsy?
I'm assuming they're voting for Cole Graves or Cole Tristana here. Normally you can go Cole Tristana because of how
Kale?
we're talking about Kale.
Going
Yeah, I don't know.
Start.
I would have, not gonna lie, I wouldn't have gone Dorn's shield here. I would have gone Dorn's blade for Kale and tried to use that level 1 a bit more aggressively, but it's a fine start. Probably just making sure she can't get dived level 3.
Yeah, definitely more efficient if you have that call, but it makes you a little softer to ganks. Not everyone can play as firmly as the flimsy fence, you know.
For sure. As we saw his performance yesterday.
Hey, I did get the solo bellow you yesterday, fence, so you better watch out. I got the first blood.
Yeah, we're starting up this stacking of the wave for Samira Rel here. Oh, they end up getting the poke out on Falco. Ends up not going into anything.
Starting a little freeze here for Go Kings, but should get pushed in with no problem.
Oh, there's an invade coming out from
just Deity doing it.
Graves onto Zek. We do end up getting the flash out from me, but
a nice trade back here from Hardway. Got the bomb fully stacked. Graves now dashing back in. The jump out will keep Hardway safe.
Clean play.
Ooh, Diana jumps in. Doesn't get the kill, but will get exhausted as the second tower shot comes through. Flash in, taken down by Deity on the Graves.
Yeah, I mean...
Hello, Vola had me sweating. Thank you. I felt okay about yesterday. You guys definitely played well, though.
Wait, what can I say? I mean, Deity's jungle experience definitely coming in clutch there.
Yeah,
receiving the clear.
not only messing up the Zac clear, but also getting the first blood on his lane opponent. Very strong start here for Deity in the mid lane.
Yeah, as well as Zac made the decision to skip out on his red buff, thinking that it was probably taken by Diana.
True. Yeah, we'll see if he'll realize it's up, or if ever that can get stolen away later. Actually, just going for the Skull Crab right away. Doesn't have either buff yet.
Yeah, we are getting a fight coming out from Hobbit. Yeah, this wave is stacking up for King.
Doesn't really have any jumps to block from Kale, but if he saves the W for a Zac gank, can be big, and just use the move speed to look for stuns. Good job there by Avius to step on the shield, take away the free health from Poppy, but a good trade back with the double Q proccing.
Yep, I also do like the corrupting pot start coming out from Hobbit here.
Yeah, it is nice. It gives you less overall health, but a lot more health to play with in trades. Or I guess less total health, but more overall health, is how I should say it. Oh, here we see the move speed. Doesn't hit the Q, unfortunately. Could have been a kill right here if even one of those had hit, and might actually fall to the Kale E.
It ends up falling to Kale
King Reaper
as
trying
Diana...
to pick up the kill. The flash away from Avius will
flash
get
from you.
away.
And next flash.
Flash follow from Diana picks up the kill. Good trade back there by Reaper. But a good solo kill by Avius.
Trying to get some deep vision out on this Zac jungle coming out from the Graves. It's super big coming up for this Herald here, although it's not really beneficial going out for this dragon. I assumed they might have thought they were giving it as Diana showed top lane for that kill.
Yeah, it could have been a grab, but Zac also no if you're on the top side. Poppy's showing back up, but Diana kind of looks like we want to fight. Meanwhile, Deity doing a good job continuing this pressure in the mid lane. Has Hardway at about 200 health.
Oh, maybe the ult comes out from Graves.
Oh. Gets the stone on the wall, gets the double Q proc, but now Kale hits level 6, has the range, and this lane will become a lot harder for the Poppy from here on out.
Yep. As we end up going into this first dragon here, it'll be nice to see how Zac decides to play this. He could gank mid lane, as it looks like he's doing right now, or he could try and set up like an invade going on this Diana and Rel respond as well. But
Zac jumping in on the Graves, dashed away by Deity, gets pulled back in by the Q, but doesn't have the follow up from Tristana, so just gets a little bit of damage down as he walks away, eating autos in a Q. Here, Go King Reaper re-ganking, jumped away from by Hardway to stay safe.
Olin coming out.
Avius autoing Poppy down, getting her very low, but not picking up the kill. Might be soon.
Still has
next time the E is
ALR here. Yeah.
Yeah, even if he just gets it on your tower, if you get the R / a couple autos and an E, could get that kill pretty quick.
Looking for it. Doesn't end up finding it.
Both junglers around this bot side might end up with a 3v3. Looks like Reaper's trying to run away as Rel is jumping on. And flashing from Hardwick picks up the kill mid solo bolo. And Diana is jumped on by Big Wheel and will fall to Fluffy on the Samira. Good collapse there by Big Wheel to protect their jungler.
Yep, and it looks like that'll end up being...
Knocking up King Beard. Gets the double root and they are able to walk away. Pulls out the
nice
heal
flash
from
coming out. Nice flash coming out for everyone here.
Now, Poppy very low, waiting for the shield to fall off. See if Avius goes for this dive now. Autos, and we'll go for the ults. Oh, walks away, doesn't get the kill. The tower will pick up the kill. Very well played there by Hungry Hobbit. The auto came out just before the kill would have gone off for Avius, and Hobbit picks up the 1v1 kill, solo bolo.
Yeah, I'm surprised that The Big Wheel didn't end up going for this dragon here, as it was free since we picked up Graves Diana.
Yeah, I think they were just afraid because Rel got kind of low, but with everyone dead, I think I agree, they could have picked that up.
This looked like we end up getting this huge benefit from the Graves warding their Zach's red side here. As we will probably look like to go into Herald here.
Yeah, it looked like Diana's pathing that way, they have pressure mid, so Graves were rotating over. Zach heading to the top side, so may end up with a fight up here. Looks like they're starting it up right now.
People are, they might not know. I thought they did know by the way they were posturing, but seems like they might be a little bit unaware here of this Herald. And they won't be able to get the trade.
It looked like they might know, but Triss was just going toward the lane bush, and they pick up that Herald with no contest. Now, Reaper jumping on the Zach, has the Triss and Kale rotating over. Graves will be following, but slightly behind the Triss. Zach still has his passive up, so even if his health bar goes through, should not fall. And does not pop the passive, gets taken down by Hardway. Good collapse there by Big Wheel to, again, help out their jungler.
Yep. It was a very aggressive play by Reaper there, as we know that Hobbit is pushed in by Kale there.
Yeah, basically from here on out, Kale's gonna have Prio in this top lane, so could have been a spot where instead of invading, you just try to put pressure on this Kale, help out Hobbit, keep him farmed up, and hope he's useful as the tank in team fights.
For sure. As we end up seeing that both Zach and Diana are going for the spot side, probably gonna end up preparing for Dragon here. We're probably gonna look for a later back than this MF and Zyra, so it looks like it'll end up being a prio for blue side giving up for this Dragon. Oh,
for sure.
Coming out.
They do have the pink ward still on it for the side of Big Wheel, so might be able to sneak it if Goat Kings are unaware. But picking up a couple of plates here in the top lane for Avius.
Seems like we're dropping Herald mid here.
Drop to Herald. Zach jumps in, lands onto Reaper, gets the knockup on Graves and Diana. The kill will come through for Graves, but Triss takes down the Diana as Rel and Zach are trying to take down Deity. He will dash out. Is now trading back as they walk away.
Yep,
might be able to pop
there
the passive here. Zyra showing up, but yeah. After the fight is over, but should be able to help potentially kill this mid tower.
Yeah, hopefully we end up getting another plate out of it. As we decide. Zach goes to his top side here. Rel taking a pretty aggressive way back to lane here.
Looking like
Deity's
doing
the same.
Looking to help out Hobbit in this top lane, looking to come behind this Kale. Kale has ultimate up, so we'll have to see how they play this up. A nice slow from the smoke screen. The ult comes out, but will not be enough damage as the ult from Deity picks up the kill at Avius. Good roam there from Deity.
Yep, and good R coming out from Poppy just to make sure that Kill doesn't get the E off on the Graves there. As we are sneaking Dragon.
Yeah, actually now it's Goat King sneaking the Dragon despite Big Wheel having the opportunity and having the vision for so long.
Deciding to go for Hobbit here. As they pick up the Dragon.
Got the TP coming out from Avius to get back to the farm as Hobbit resets. And Deity getting back to the mid lane after that roam and back. Looks like Hardway is looking for the bot lane, but they're looking for a reset or just to catch him in the river. Got slow down to jump in. He'll jump away, but might get caught. Exhaust to stay away from Reaper and ults him out of the way, but Deity is also here. The kill will come through as the MF ult drops, but it's not needed. Now Fluffy getting very low and flashes away from Deity as well. Also low flash away from Eli Wood. Will fall, the dive comes through, Fluffy also falls. 2 kills over to Malco on the MF. Huge plays from Goat Kings.
Yep, as there's this fight top lane too. Fights all over the map.
We had a lot of question marks coming into this, but Goat Kings in this game number 1 looking very good in the early game. The tower will take down Goat King Reaper as Evbot jumps in to defend the bot tower. And Hobbit actually having the HP lead here against Avius. If he can get a good combo, might be able to kill him as the Kale ult is still down if he has it timed out.
Yeah, it seems like Goat Kings is definitely taking initiative of this game up 4K here. And up a dragon as well.
Hobbit's doing a good job using the Q. The stun against the tower, fantastic. Might get the burn down. Not quite. And flashback in from Avius to get the kill. If Hobbit had used the R during that combo, I think he gets that kill. A nice dodge from Avius, also avoiding the Graves ultimate.
Yeah, the one thing he has to keep in mind there, from why he took Dagger there, was Corrupting Pot was proccing on Kale.
The one drawback of Corrupting Pot helping you damage them is you forget about the dot and you take tower shots. Looks like Tristana picked up the tower mid while Graves is roaming and is now pressuring this tier 2 tower. Reaper trying to walk down to answer. Looking like he will jump on the Trist, as the Trist will try and jump away, or potentially just fight it out. And will fall to the Diana ultimate. Here we've got Evbot looking for a lane gank in this bot lane. See if the MF and Zyro will push up. They Hex Flash in as they're looking for the jump in, but they're playing safe and there's no gank to be had currently.
Yep, it's really hard to gank a lane. Like, I wouldn't say winning, but like has a really nice 2v2.
Yep, definitely smart of them to play safe. And now Reaper actually looking for a lane gank himself as they will push up and potentially bounce it for a gank. Kale's running forward, has this level 11 now, so even more power in these auto attacks. Hobbit trading back with the dash Q, but eating autos to essentially take the same amount of health and damage. Now Graves back top, looking for Kale once again. The slows enough to keep Kale safe from a gank, and Evbot jumps in, gets the knock up on Hobbit and Deity, and now the ultimate coming out to knock up Deity once again. The ult will knock nobody back, he does not launch it, and they both will walk away, both junglers quite low.
That's a mid laner.
Oh yeah. The mid and the jungle are quite low. Trist, meanwhile, just having a field day pushing this mid lane, will potentially die once again to Reaper, but gets knocked back by the Trist ultimate. A nice route into ultimate to knock up both enemy ADC and support. Now MF just running forward, autoing down the rel, and will pick up the kill. Very well played there by Kingbeard on the counter engage. Hardway able to jump out and stay alive against Reaper.
Yeah, one of those things about Tristana is like, you know, if you end up losing trace of this Tristana, she will just start bursting towers as she has done mid lane here.
Yeah. Definitely not getting the roam pressure that Deity is, but doing a good job pressuring. Although Deity right about to answer the second tower, still doing a ton of damage with that 4-1-1 scoreline.
As well as having that clean 40 CS lead.
True.
On a way here.
Yeah, very good job keeping the CS lead while roaming.
Yep. As well as, you know, the same thing happening top lane here with this Kale. Kale having about the same, around a 30 CS lead.
Yeah, pretty expected for the Poppy. Once the Kale has range, it's hard to really keep her off farm.
We will see how they
jumping in on
Deity,
Deity, gets the knock up before he can dash, gets another stun there, keeping him still for so long. He gets the ultimate off, but is now being jumped on by Trist, as the Rel ultimate keeps Trist alive for now. They're all running away as Deity does indeed pick up the kill on Rel. The Diana jumps in, helps pick up the kill with Zyra on Trist. MF takes down Samira, and Zac is able to barely jump away as Deity is still chasing.
Looks
Gets
like
the
just
Q, pops the passive, and we'll just take out these blobs. He's reloading and he picks them up. Another kill from Deity, 6-1 and 4 now.
Okay,
fantastic
like
fight there from
yeah,
the Goat
clean
Kings.
fights coming out from Goat Kings here.
And the Dragon. Got the second one for them.
their objective work and their overall teamwork is just seems to be of a great measure
For sure.
in this game here.
And having played together before, not having much practice, but still have that synergy between Malco and Beard, so just looking great with all the lane swaps. Gets the stun against the wall, Q down on Kale, gets a good chunk, but now has to walk away once again. Gets a knock up, and ooh, good, very nice. Knocks up and kills Kale while she CC'd, cannot get the ultimate off. Well played, a hungry Hobbit. A nice trade by Big Wheel with Trist and Rel in the bot lane, taking down the Misfortune and Zyra, who had not reset yet.
Stealing Zach's blue buff.
Go King Reaper here to avenge his bot lane, taking down Tristana and chasing down Rel with the red buff. Will pick up this double kill. Here's Zac trying to take out the Poppy as Deity shows up to protect Hobbit and will bring down Zac. Man's always top lane whenever Hobbit's getting jumped on.
No need to fear, your mid lane jungler is here.
It's like, I may be a mid laner, but I'll still gank.
Yeah, it's one of those big things that's mid lane is crucially missing in these games, in my opinion. These ganks, because of how fast you can push waves with these champions that are fairly popular inside of mid lane.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you know your roam timings and you're not losing out to CS, it's a huge way to get a lead as a mid laner. And now with the Baron spawning, looks like Goat Kings are trying to set up the vision in the enemy jungle and might look to either bait out a fight or look to rush this Baron while the enemy team doesn't have vision. Tristana trying to split push this bot lane, in the meantime pick up some towers as Goat Kings do indeed start up the Baron. So far no vision on it, we'll see if Big Wheel can get in the area to stop this. Got a ward on it so they know it's gone, but it's already at 4,000 health. Graves jumping over the wall to scare off the Zac as he's looking to jump into the pit, gets stopped by the Poppy W, and the Zyra actually takes down the Baron. Could have been a very scary steal there, but well played to Goat Kings to pick up the objective as the bot tower will fall to the Trist. Now Graves running down Fluffy, the jump in, Kale's here as well, gets the ultimate down onto the Samira and take out MF and Graves. Good collapse there by Big Wheel.
Yep, that's kind of big going into the gold lead. Knowing
And
that
Trist
we're finally
actually
starting
getting 2 towers, a huge gold swing in tower gold, so despite them losing Baron, might have been a positive gold play for them off of that at this point.
Yeah, we will see what they decide to do with this Baron though, to see if they can compensate for these losses that they just took.
For sure. Kale items working her way towards
Riftmaker?
the Riftmaker, thank you. And is already level 13, so 3 levels towards the OP Kale status.
Oh, I'll be going to the...
Poppy doing a lot of damage here. Kale does not have ultimate, so this should be a kill Hungry Hobbit picks up. Well played, good flash into the stun. Or actually, W into the stun, didn't even need to flash. And picking up the kill knowing the ultimate has been burned.
Specifically talking about Kale and this matchup, the big issue here is that Kale not...
A nice jump in there from Zac picking up the kill, but now the trade back onto Fluffy, Emma picking up the kill. Evbot jumping away from Deity as Ellie Wood gets picked up by MF, and Zac also falls. So a 3-for-1 there after the trade. Now Hardway actually fighting the Poppy, gets exhausted but gets the stun off. Q's under tower, Deity's also here, picks up the kill for Hobbit and the tower. And now 3-man pushing mid as MS pushes the mid lane with 3 top.
Yeah, talking specifically about the Kale actually has fleet footwork here, not lethal tempo. That's how these fights are really going positively at this point for the Kale. Oh gosh, she's getting tired. Sorry.
And does get picked up by Deity. Yeah, I agree. I think the fleet is good if you're in like a losing matchup, but if you're against a melee champ, having lethal makes you so strong once you have it stacked up. And the inhibitor tower will fall top as Elliewood is jumped on by Hobbit once again. The kill goes over to Reaper as Evbot is now getting chased down by the MF.
Looks like this could be an end.
It really could be. They have these split spawns. Could be an end, could just be the double inhib into a reset and go for the dragon slash bot end. But they do catch Hardway and take down Tristana with the MF autos.
And it looks
now
like
they're
it
working
will
on
be
the
an
base
end.
towers. Zach jumping in, ulting, trying to save his team's
focusing on the
base.
turrets.
But one Nexus tower falls, second one is getting worked
Going
on.
for the second.
Fluffy trying to jump in, trying to
here.
get the S status for the ultimate, and will be taken down after the triple. So a little bit of an overstay, getting a triple onto the Samira, now getting run down. Gets a double man knockout from the Poppy, but the Kale is still here to auto. But the slow Hobbit might be able to now run away with the W.
I don't know. I was questioning on if Kale even won that.
Another nice
are going for the
stun
engage.
into the wall. Gets the slow, but Poppy will get the blast plant and still running away. Just wasting so much time for Big Wheel right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Now they're
let's
pulling
talk
back,
about
trying to get this dragon.
Hobbit with these clean W's here, canceling out LW there. Very crucial.
Yeah, Hobbit looking fantastic on this Poppy. A very good debut game for his top lane.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he gets through the second game.
It might just be... We'll see if they ban it, or maybe they just put Avius on a more traditional top that he likes, that has more agency.
Yeah, as they do end up getting Dragon here.
Get the dragon, but ooh, the jump canceled by the Diana ult. Very well played there by Goat King Reaper, and picks up the kill onto the Zac. Now 5-man strong can push in this bot lane as the super minions push in top and mid. Goat King Beard taking a couple tower shots, but it doesn't matter too much. Taking out this last inhibitor turret to fully open the base. Big Wheel trying to be here to defend it, but it's still a 5v4. A jump in here from Goat King Reaper gets a little bit of damage, almost taken out, but is allowed to walk away. And now it's one Nexus tower between Big Wheel and the game. A nice route into ultimate flashing away is Hardway.
Flash coming out from Hardway there. Oh,
a good
coming out from
double
Poppy.
block on both jumps on the side of Big Wheel. Well played, Hobbit, and taking down Fluffy as he tries to jump into the middle of the enemy team.
Does look like to the end of the game.
Hardway will fall. The Kale's the last one alive. Puts down the ultimate, but will be taken down. Hungry Hobbit picks up the shield, will not die to the tower, and Goat Kings will take game number 1. Well played, Goat Kings.
Clean 5 for 0 in the fight.
Yeah, fantastically played.
The synergy couldn't be any more better. Couldn't be any better. I can say.
Yep. We had question marks, but they're putting them to rest in that game number 1. They're hoping to keep it up. We'll have to see how they can do it.
I find it really hard to pin an MVP here. I feel like everybody kind of played great here. I don't really know who to decide.
I think I'd have to give that one to Deity just for the roams. But I agree. Everyone on that side playing fantastically. We can jump over and keep an eye as they get ready for drafting game number 2. As we wait to get into this game number 2 draft, again, we'll shout out if anyone has subs they can throw our way, or any Prime subs they have laying around they want to give to us. We always appreciate it. We will continue to use them to try and improve the stream quality and just improve the community as we can. Also, shout out, Beard made the loot section down below. You should be able to see here on Twitch. It's any merch you might be interested in picking up for the Valhalla Esports. We just have a couple items so far, but if you ever have any ideas of other things we can make, please let us know.
I was
What are
just
you
looking at the
thinking?
prediction. Oh,
What are you
yeah. What do you want
thinking
to ask?
for changes that Big Wheel will want to make going into game number 2? Oh yes, choose the outcome. Goat Kings.
I was good to see when I was looking at predictions before I get to this note that Hailstorm was the one that was like, no, I was betting for Go Kings from the beginning. I don't know what to say.
I was the believer. It's like I said. I said my brain says Big Wheel should win, but my heart says Goat Kings will pull it out, and my heart was right.
Yeah, well, I feel like really here you really do have to ban this Poppy, and I feel like you should also ban the Graves here coming out, as these are like two honestly like really good flexes. And I feel like they were really unpunished in laning phase. So like maybe they have a better solution into Graves or into Poppy. They could do that instead. But I feel like it might be safer just to ban them and then ban Seraphine if they're on red side here.
For
They
sure.
do decide to ban the Seraphine, but they leave the Poppy Grave open once again. Do you end up picking the MF again for Goat Kings?
Looking like they did the same first 3 bans for both sides, and Goat Kings liking the misfortune once again. Going back to the Samira for Big Wheel, saying we think we can play it better game number 2.
Yeah, it looks like we might go for the redraft as we lock in Echo. Okay, I'm excited because Echo is technically a two-way flex, but it's more in line to go with the Ebot here.
Yeah,
We'll see what they decide to do with it.
definitely one Evebot likes a lot. Got banned away second round last time, so picking it up earlier to deny all the jungle bans from Goat Kings. Definitely a flex still. I would also predict it's in the jungle. But Goat Kings going right back to that Graves.
Yep.
I
As
would
well as maybe
assume
they.
once again in the mid lane.
Yeah, we will see what they pick for jungle. That also could be the response to Echo, although I'm unsure of the matchup. We do pick the same three. We have the exact same draft coming for Goat Kings.
We're running it back
We'll
for
see.
Goat Kings.
We'll
Big
see
Wheel
if
wants to
they
jungle.
ban the Poppy in the second rotation here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Big Wheel has switched it up, so they're not locked into running it back. Beard shouting out, it was nice to play Zyra again. Definitely looked good on that champion, my friend. And then
As
the
we
Annie.
do pick out Annie, which is a nice flex pick between mid and support here. Probably end up going to the support though.
I know it's one hard way will play, but yeah, definitely a flex. As we see what Big Wheel wants to ban out for this round 2, will we see the Poppy ban?
I mean, you have to, right?
There we go,
Yeah,
the Poppy
first
ban.
ban.
Respect
Boom.
for the Hobbit top lane.
Yeah, we'll see what the Hobbit brings out. That was the pick I expected to be picked in the top lane, but we will see what new pick he decides to bring.
Rel being taken away from the side of Big Wheel. Don't want to match that up for the Samira. Although they did play very well into it game 1. See if they ban away the Zyra, since that worked very well with the MF last game. And will once again be a Yone ban away.
Which we assume is for the top lane, not the mid lane.
Yeah, it's got to be for Hobbit now, because you already see the Diana Graves, so you're pretty sure you know what's going with that. And the Nautilus ban away
Or
is another good lineup for Big Wheel.
the copium here is that you're saying that it's actually Diana Jungle Graves top.
Oh, it could be. Still.
You're actually banning the Yone out for the mid lane, but I'm heavily against that idea, although it could happen.
It is possible.
You end up getting the Brum support here. I'm not with it. I do understand that it's a counter to MF here, though.
Yeah, can block that ultimate, and still has fairly good synergy with Samira. Not as ideal as Rel or Nautilus, but we'll see how it goes. And the Shen pickup, giving a huge utility to his team. Shen, I think, is a great pick when you're trying to play the safer champion in the top lane because
We do run back. We're literally the exact same team except Poppy, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Lord LS told me to give it a shot.
Yeah, so I
Yep,
mean,
basically the
as
run
we,
back from the Goat Kings, and I think Shen will be just as good,
I
if
mean,
not
you
better than
assume
the
you pick
Poppy.
Mordekaiser here for the counter pick.
uh,
Mordekaiser.
yeah, you gotta look for the counter
I
here.
know that's too much
Gangplank.
AP. Pick Gangplank.
Gangplank should be okay. Shen doesn't do terribly. He can block some of the autos, but I think
Yeah,
Gangplank has a pretty free lane to try to scale up here.
I've honestly, I have to go with Goat Kings on this one. I feel like the draft from Big Wheel is rich from the first game, and they're a lot more like spontaneous here, I guess, for Big Wheel. So maybe you might be able to start doing some combos, maybe start getting some early kills on the Scraves here. I do expect early game Merc Treads or Maw coming out from Deity in order to like protect himself from this Annie gunshot, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, they looked so good game number 1 against a fairly similar comp, and if anything, they banned away more things that could have been problematic. Basically, for Big Wheel, they need Evbot to pop off on this Echo, or Avius to just have a huge game on the Gangplank. But if it goes anything like last game, Goat Kings are looking very good here.
Yeah, and Samira super hard countered by this team, having the Shenel, Zyra R, as well as Diana R to stop the ultimate.
Yep. I did start up the predictions for this game number 2. Go ahead and shout out who you think's gonna win game number 2. You think Goat Kings are gonna close it out, or do you believe Big Wheel will bring it to game number 3?
We will see. Maybe Goat King gets a little bit too overconfident here and starts making some careless mistakes. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yep. It is a very different matchup in the top lane, so have the potential for Avius to pop off. Annie for Hardway, another pretty simple mid laner, and should have better range to try and avoid some of those bursts from Graves, but if he's allowed to roam again, that'll be real scary. I think if Big Wheel can keep track of Deity this game and not get so many good ganks off, they'd have a good chance this game number 2. So far we got 19k to 0. If anyone wants to toss out a vote for, you could toss out like 50 points and put up 50 points to potentially gain 1900. Not bad, not bad. So it's looking like we'll get into this game in 1 minute.
Oh, it looks like we do bring it back to around a 50-41 chance
Tossing the 1k
for each
out.
team here.
I like it, I like it. I guess I'll toss my vote out there. I'll believe in Goat Kings again, I think, but this time I'll just toss out a hundo. I got my 2k last game.
Yeah, I mean, looking to this game, we could get an invade again from red side here if they decide to do it. They have a strong invade with Annie Brom here.
Fence calling out Kazuto, says he's got to spend some points after farming him up against him. GP looks good in this spot. Montblanc is believing in the GP. I like the belief. how to get to the actual prediction on mobile. Last time it just popped up for me. Oh, wait, up, here we go. 1 hundo. Actually, 2 hundo. Let's go. Boop. Alright, you got like a minute left to get your points in if you wanna wager your points. At some point we're gonna figure out some good point things so that having a bunch of points will actually be useful instead of just fun to have a big number, you know? Think we'll see any invades in this game, or you think it'll be another 5 point for both sides?
I feel like you should go for the invade on red side here. I feel like the only person that you don't really want to invade here is as Gangplank, but the rest of them like don't really have anything to lose here.
Very true. Montblanc calling out
Although,
blue team is fairly low range. Yeah, that's pretty true. I think MF ult is basically their long range ability, but yeah, they're all pretty low range, so those barrels can be effective.
you do have that engage range from Diana, which is like 2 screens away. So we'll see how they use that effectively in team fights to maybe counter the Gangplank.
Also remember to keep an eye out for any clip play potentials. If you can clip any good plays that happen, send them over to Fluffy so he can try and make up that montage he wants to make.
We'll see if Fluffy can actually make some clips himself, you know?
Yeah, I think he's hoping to. He's happy to be streamed. He's got a chance. Now he's just gotta perform, have one of those pop off some mirror moments. He's definitely looking for him near the end of that last game, but they were too far behind, so he kept getting popped before he could ult.
It is true. It was close. It was close. Did have the triple kill there.
Yeah, that was a very nice just wasn't enough to bring him back. As we will
Hop in the game here.
get into the game. I missed it. Oh well. Transition.
Transition.
Shout out to Lethal for all these fancy transitions we have now. So I'll go ahead and just bump this back right now so I don't have any random steps.
Going refillable on Graves again?
Yep, worked for him last game, no reason to change it up. Samira again going for that refillable as well.
And it does look like we are going to get a 5 point from both teams.
Yep, trying to play it out normal. Don't want to lose the game at minute 1 or 2. Just hoping they can win in the lanes this time for a big wheel. Gangplank also going to longsword refillable. Definitely a good start for him. He can go to the corrupting if he wants to and have extra mana for harassment.
We'll see how they play this up here. I am looking forward to seeing how this top lane ends up going out. I haven't really seen this matchup very often, so.
I believe it's Gangplank favored, but if he ever steps too far forward, Shen gets a taunt, can get some of those good Q auto trades. But I believe it's one in the 1v1. Avius is favored. Shen's more looking to just farm up and look for those big team fight ultimates to help the rest of the map win with the extra shielding.
Mm-hmm. As it does look like we're getting a Raptor start on the enemy camp for Diana here. Super ballsy play, and I really like it.
Yep. Big invade. Should be able to get these birds and the red buff, but will be spotted on that ward, so we'll see if Evbot goes immediately to the enemy red.
What's good about this is at least if they decide to split map here, I would say it's more in favor to the Goat Kings here, as Gangplank is one of the people you're trying to play for mainly.
Here we
A
see
big trade
some
comes
good
out.
trading, but the final auto actually helping Gangplank win out on the health department.
Oh, Annie looking for the Diana here. Making sure.
Trying to
actually
dodge
good
it with the taunt, but does get hit. But now the empowered auto attacks coming through. Both top laners down to about 100 health.
Yep, we'll see if does Diana go straight to her Raptors and see Echo here. Does look like that'll be the case
the
here.
Echo. Will be a fight in the jungle. We'll see if the mid lanes will rotate back. Looks like Avius is trying to move. So Echo's now running through the enemy jungle.
First
Zyra
blood
trying
goes
to
to Hobbit.
catch. Very well played Hobbit, getting the first blood against Avius. And now Echo flash E-ing over the wall, does get out, but is not able to pick up a second buff for himself. The solo bolo for Hungry Hobbit.
Yeah, I was questioning this Shen Gangplank here, knowing that, like, you know, this at level 2, like, Shen is like probably much
Avius
stronger.
trying to get the trade kill,
good.
but the minions
Get
are
the
doing
trade
work
back?
and does get killed once again. Solo bolo twice in a row. Avius using
Yeah.
up every summoner. Hobbit used none and gets 2 kills. Looking fantastic on the Shen.
Oh, ADC turned top laner.
ADC is just true top lanes apparently. Some poke going down on a Braum as they're fighting for vision in this bush. I think Avius was looking just to try and get an early lead too hard. I think if you just farmed up to level 3, could have had way better trading. But trying to go for a level 1.
I feel like at that point you probably concede early game waves to the Shen and then try to freeze out your tower at level 3.
Yeah, it looked like the immediate trade, Hobbit got the Q pull through Gangplank and the triple auto, so just a huge start off in that fight, and we saw how it panned out. Here now, Reaper up here ganking with Gangplank once again, no flash to get away, and will fall, just punishing Avius on this Gangplank pick.
Yeah, but it does seem like this freeze will end up coming out for Hungry Hobbit here, as it's gonna be really deadly for this Gangplank here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to recover if you maintain that freeze for a wave or 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge for him. Here in the bot lane, we're getting some more poke as Fluffy and Elliewood are under tower, so it should be fairly safe.
As we are coming up to this dragon here, both junglers on top side here. One going for the push in for the Scraves, for the Gangplank, just to make sure that we don't super lose the game off it.
But we do get the wave crash, but still a ton of minions here to go to Shen, and still lost the wave because Echo picked it up to push it in.
Oh, as we are getting
Graves
maybe
is
a
now in the top lane.
Yeah,
The
it
opposite
does
way,
look like
coming back towards Avius as he's trying to run away through this jungle. Gets slowed, gets jumped on. No red buff this time, so he's just trying to run away with the move speed. Gonna need that stun out from Annie. It'll drop, but they walk away, but still more resources being denied from this Gangplank.
yeah,
He might get stopped on this bag. He does.
When it does, yeah. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. You can only really feel sorry for this Gangplank in this game right now. You can't. There's no other way to really say it. Oh, as
and
the kill
the
does look like
flash in.
come out. Deity.
Trade back? No, it's an execute.
back.
No
Oh, it's an
damage
execute.
going down on
Deity.
the Diana. Just huge plays coming out here from Goat Kings.
Yep. This is a chance for Echo maybe to go for this greedy dragon call, although I doubt he ends up doing it.
Yeah, looking
Definitely
for
possible,
the
though.
scuttle crab at the very least. This Gangplank finally getting back to top lane, still only has 12 DS and 3 deaths, just got the 13.
And he does have R here. Doesn't end up going for it. Surprising.
DD able to walk away as Hobbit's looking for his reset, gonna have a ton of money to spend here. He just did finish his corrupting pot, so he's got a little more healing he can get now at the very least.
Yeah. Oh, Reaper going for a play on Annie here, leaving it B.
F-Bot is picking up his blue. The sweeper used on drag by Reaper, but F-Bot now looking for that top side jungle.
Does look like Echo is moving to his red side here, so we'll see if Diana ends up going for this dragon or maybe a play bot lane here. Does look like we are going for the dragon call as bot lane is moving.
They were thinking about it. Now it's looking like they want to do a gank.
End up not doing it. Ends up showing on this nice Annie ward place.
Looks like both junglers will be in the mid lane as F-Bot is looking for deity. Reaper going towards wolves, but should be able to turn around. A nice stun, Tibbers bomb. The Shen ult coming through to try to keep deity alive. Flash out from F-Bot, and the Annie will get taken down
Shen.
through the Shen taunt. And Tibbers is unable to pick up the kill since Graves
mean,
auto attacks knocks back minions.
What can we say? Hobbit's having an amazing game.
Yeah, Hobbit's playing
Amazing game.
fantastically. Shout out to him.
Fantastic.
In what is on paper, even just salary-wise, a losing matchup, and getting 2 solo bolos into just being hugely ahead on farm. Nice gangplank ult to help out the bot lane of Big Wheel. They flash away to survive. And now both TPs used back in the top lane as they get back to farming. GP now has the Sheen that helps out some in the poke, but Hobbit already with the cooldown and health regen items as he works towards Heartsteel is still going to be feeling pretty good, just sustaining through all this poke. Still Eing forward aggressively, getting those empowered autos up 2 levels already. Looks like Reaper is looking for this Rift Herald as F-Bot's looking for a gank to help out this gangplank. We'll take down the pink ward, but the Rift will fall. Now again, the taunt coming in. Hobbit just chunking out gangplank, gets another Q pull through, has to flash away, flashes in, doesn't quite get the kill as F-Bot is here, gets the stun, but it's now out of tower range. The ult in from Diana doesn't get the echo, but takes down the gangplank with the Q. Now 3-man trying to dive, F-Bot with no ultimate. Deity tanking the tower, dashing out, and 2 for 0 as the Rift Herald crashes, and they should pick up the top tower. And he's trying to show up to pick up some kills. Gets the Tibbers down onto a hungry Hobbit, but gets the shield and taunt, and they will survive. 3 for 0 and the first tower. Just, game is getting run away from by Goat Kings.
Yeah.
Already a 5k gold lead here at 10 minutes.
Yeah, talking about that, it's super surprising as they have this huge lead, and they have not gone for this dragon yet. Still 10 minutes and it's up.
Yeah, at this point, like, potentially gonna need my 1k back for real. I'm sorry, there are no refunds here, Fence. You're just gonna have to go farm up points on your next map.
Yeah, you just gotta farm some more points. I don't know what you mean.
Fence, you're just gonna have to give Avius a couple pointers, okay? Oh man. Bro's fighting with Prom for CS. You're terrible. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Goat King and Malka pushing in to get some plates. F-Bot is here, but they just walk away. Hobbit now in the mid lane, autoing down a hard way. Gets stunned, but not too much damage as Goat King Reaper now going for this dragon with the giant lead and numbers they have in the area. This is giving Gangplank a chance to finally farm up, so should even out that CS a little bit. But still a big objective over to the Goat Kings. A flash away, Hobbit taunting in, forcing out Hardway's flash. Hashtag not my top laner. My goodness. What's up, Luminaire? If you got that Prime sub sitting around, we would love to have it. If not, then I just can't love you for 30 days, you know? Meanwhile, DD picking up a plate as the dive-in's coming in. A very low hardway gets picked up by Goat King Reaper and the plate will fall. Echo looking for Dana in this jungle and gets the shutdown. A huge 1,000 gold over to F-Bot As the engage coming in from Braum, immediate ult in, and taunt from Hobbit, and the Braum shield saving Fluffy, taking a ton of damage, but does keep his ADC alive. Thank you, Luminaire. We will love you for 30 days at the very least. And meanwhile, they're looking to finish out this dive while they're taking some plates. Looking like the Q will keep them alive. And it will, but getting some more damage down on this tower. Hobbit saves
the game.
DD top lane to prevent any towers falling on this side.
Probably going for a play here.
And another plate falling as they get the demolish, get about half of plate number 4 down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, as you look into this game, you're like, damn.
Going for the dive on a deity, cannot get the damage down, but ults out to stay alive. Now with Reaper in the area, if they continue this fight, might be some kills to be picked up.
Graves ult coming out to...
Like,
oh no.
Reaper's looking for the gangplank, Evbot on a pink ward, but might get found out. Gets dashed in on, the shield does not come through, and deity will survive picking up the kill onto Echo. A very good idea on that play, didn't quite get the shield, and does fall for it. Alright,
I mean,
so Karma.
Game is just running out here.
If you're on Big
how do you...
right now, what do you do?
Dude, I mean, to be honest here, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. It ain't looking that good. But, some good notes here. Shen is still under CS's Gangplank.
Yeah, Gangplank did get the catch up. Finally, so
yeah,
that's a good note.
So he is catched up technically. He is not behind anymore. The issue is that Diana and Graves are ahead right now. And there's not really anybody on Team Big Wheel that can really deal with that.
Alright, meanwhile, the engage coming out from Braum, the ult in. Fluffy blocking the entire MF ult. A good kill them on King Beardcles. Well, mid lane was getting pressured, Hardway very low, survives the Graves ult, but has to walk away as his tower will most likely fall. Well, Diana looking for that gangplank in the top lane, Shen showing back up to pick up some more farm. And this mid tower will fall to deity.
Yeah, I mean, as you're on Team Big Wheel here, you really gotta start moving this Braum around. And as they decide to, they end up moving him towards this Rift Herald here. So let's see if Diana or Graves here gets caught.
Oh, Falco getting jumped on by Evbot, flashes away. But Deity is here along with the Shen ult to keep MF alive, and Deity not picking up the kill, but the ult back in gets the taunt down on Shen, and Hobbit picks up the kill on the enemy jungler. Now completing his Heartsteel, getting his first stack while killing Evbot. And now TPing back to this lane to prevent a tower falling. It's running fast, looking for the fight, gets the taunt off, Q's through, gets another Heartsteel proc, and is destroying this Gangplank. Trying to run to his Annie. DD will pick up Fluffy in the bot lane as Avius trying to run away as Shen is fighting 2v1, picks up the Graves, now running back at the Annie. The Braum is falling as well to Graves, and now Hobbit just running down Hardway, getting the pull through, missing the taunt, but still autoing, has the Empower and the Grasp, and gets the kill. Tebra's trying to avenge his friend, but will also fall to the Shen. 300 plus 50.
Is, yeah, it's a, yeah, it's kind of doomed.
Yeah,
it's kind of doomed.
It's hard to get to that point, but
this 10k gold lead at 16 minutes is definitely not allowing me to sugarcoat this.
If they somehow get the shutdown on Shen and Graves, that'll give them like 1,300. Yeah. Then they only have to deal with another like
the
5k.
Other 9k. The other 9k. The other 9k. There you go.
What's up, Blitzkrieg?
Oh.
How you doing with the new baby? Here, the dragon started up by Big Wheel, trying to take away this objective, though very dangerous spot for them to be in. They do pick up the dragon with the MF ult coming through, Echo ults in place, but will fall to the Diana ultimate. Fluffy trying to get his stacks up, needs one more, just gets it, but will fall before he can ult. And alright. Avius.
Oh no.
Avius
Oh
DCing.
no.
Okay, it was an actual DC, got it. Okay, not giving up, had some internet problems. Very kind of the Goat Kings to not kill him there.
Yeah. As Shen is ruthlessly killing this Annie again.
Holding the sleeping giant. Congratulations. What was the baby's name again, if you don't mind me asking? Small lead for Goat Kings. Very small. Oh, I got the buffer coming in from the pause that happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's the pause.
See if I can get it fix itself.
Oh, there we go.
Ever so slight advantage for Goat Kings. True. Flimsy,
Yeah, it's
Flimsy out here
it's
donating points. Aubrey, the sleep
Flimsy
slayer.
doing God's work.
Well, it's good that she's asleep. I hope you guys are home from the hospital now, but I think you said you were still there. Hopefully everything's still good for you guys.
As we try to look for a pick on this grave, he just ends up walking away scot-free. Yeah, it does look like we're just going to end up waiting for Baron to come up here.
Gangplank trying to trade into the shed once again. They have 3 against 2. Ulting. Well,
Chen might fall here. Looks like he's gonna fall.
The stun comes down, he jumps the wall, and he does fall. The shutdown goes over to Echo. Diana jumping in, picking up the kill on Hardway. Now, Gangplank picking up the shutdown on Diana, getting some good gold onto him. Braum now falling to the Graves. They just need to kill Graves for that final shutdown.
Like, Graves still yet to fall.
They had another kill.
As he picks up a double kill.
Now
and his gold goes up to 700.
700. 1,000 gold for 1 kill. You just gotta take him down.
Is this the beginning of the end for Cody? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, we are looking for something here. I am surprised that we ended up fighting there anyway. I feel like Goat Kings is just kind of waiting for this Baron to come up.
But
Like,
Graves taking down the tier 2 top lane tower, getting that much gold in his pockets. No.
Yep. Graves looking for a pick on Braum here. Backing up after the pink ward's placed. I mean, as we go into this Baron, I mean, Go Kings has this objective set up beautifully here. All these super deep wards.
The Baron throw is the hope now for Big Wheel. They gotta ace them on Baron, pick up the Baron, and get a big push going.
Yeah. One of the positive things for Goat King here is that since Dragon was done so late, Elder is not a throwable objective.
True.
As of yet.
It was actually all planned. They said if we never take dragons, we don't have another objective to throw on.
That's true, that's true.
Here, Hardway getting caught out by Deity and will fall to Go King Reaper. The taunt coming through onto the Braum as he's jumped on by the team of Go Kings. Evbot trying to jump in to help, but will also fall. Malco very low, but will survive. Deity's dashing in, half helping Fluffy with 1 auto. Does flash away, the Shen ult coming through to keep him healthy. Could have been the time to pick up that bounty right there.
Yep, it would have been the only chance. Sadly enough, the Shenar is out.
And now 4-man pushing the mid lane as MF has just reset. They take down the inhibited tower. Working on the inhibitor. We'll see if they move back for a Baron or Dragon after this objective is picked up. And he's trying to run in, gets the stun down onto the Graves, gets the knockup from Braum. They exhaust him, are trying to kill him. Fluffy's jumping in. They just can't get to him for the kill. Echo's even jumping forward, getting rooted. Can't move, has the ult back. And meanwhile, Shen in the backline kills Gangplank. Zyra kills Samira.
Hobbit is just slightly
Diana
1v9
taking
their
down
team from.
Echo. And just going very hard to pick up that shutdown, but could not get Deity, and this will
And
be
it
the
looks
game.
like the game here. Yeah, best it'll be a clean 2-0 by Go Kings here. Struggling a little bit with the minions here.
Dashing
It
in.
does look like we are getting
They have
Annie
the
up.
Annie up, but they are working on the Nexus right now.
Oh,
The MFL comes through, gets blocked, but they both fall to the Diana, and they pick up the win in game number 2. A clean 2-0
2-0.
to the Goat Kings to secure first seed position.
Yep. I mean, if you want, you can do the MVP votings. We can ask them if they want to come in here and
Yeah.
say some few words. As we know, there's probably 2 people you could pick here.
I think for game number 2, I'd have to give it to Hobbit. He looked ridiculous.
Yeah, game 1 was to Deity and game 2 is to Hobbit. And in my opinion, I feel like I don't know. It's a big choice between those 2. I don't know who played better, to be honest.
Yeah, both playing very well. I would favor not to sway the vote. I would favor Hobbit because on paper he did so well as well. But here is the poll. You got 2 minutes to vote on your MVP. Holding down the hard matchup. I agree, Mont Blanc. I agree with that reasoning. Let's see these details. Look at this damage. Highest by Deity, but not far behind on the Shen. Hungry Hobbit. As right now we've got 2 for Hobbit, 1 for Deity, 1 for Malco. If you want to get your votes in, get them in. Once we get the MVP, we'll pull him up for a quick interview for the post game. Where's the poll? It's active currently. I believe you can see it at the top of the chat. It should say current poll MVP.
Currently, the only reason we did 2 yesterday was because both of them were in the same role. So,
No,
I don't know. It
we
feels,
don't want 2 people from your team. Get out of here.
yeah, I don't know what to say. Maybe we'd have to take your captain if not. But seems like we are only gonna go for the MVP.
2 is more fun. Alright, fine, we'll do 2. I don't care.
All right, but are we gonna do the winner and the captain, or are we gonna do the two MVPs closest?
We can do the MVP and whoever else wants to come. Yeah, their captain doesn't talk, so it better be them and Deity. Or we can bring in Malco since he didn't want to cast with us and wanted to join a team.
Oh yeah.
Like a jerk.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. He did leave us.
Imagine joining a
could.
team. All right, Hobbit and whoever else jump in for a quick interview.
Yeah.
Or I can move you if you don't come. There we go. Hello. Very well played, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We had some questions about the role swaps, but you guys looked fantastic in these games. Big shout out to you, Hobbit, looking very good in the top lane.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, what I have to ask is when you guys decided to do this role swap, was the Poppy Shen tech in order? Was that like your champion pool, or like what is your champion pool if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I can't give that away on stream.
Yeah, bro. Let's just say we wanted to
Was
pick,
the Shen planned?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they like the Shen and Poppy are 2 champs that he likes.
I knew the Poppy. I did not know the Shen, so it was surprising to see it in the game too. Although you did perform fantastic.
They both, well, I mean, they wanted to give Avius counter pick every game, so we were just like, okay, we might as well just pick a safe champion that like is kind of harder to like, counter pick. So we picked Poppy the first game. He did obviously really well, and then I don't know, the champions they chose to counter pick the top lane with were a little bit
Yeah, they
questionable, I
definitely
guess.
underrated. They definitely underrated Hobbit when they were in these drafts, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They just
they
they
looked like
picked
they were
scaling.
going for the free scaling, and especially
Yeah.
that second game we saw, it was not free at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
When you guys were in draft, what was your in your mind about the comps? I know you picked the same comp twice, pretty much excluding the Poppy, but like, what was the idea when you were coming up with this draft?
We wanted. I mean, we had limited practice. We only started practicing as a team, like a full team, in these roles on Saturday or Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. But uh, we basically were just like Reaper just was like, I'm liking the Diana based on the games that he practiced with on other junglers. So we're like, okay, we'll pick the Diana. Graves was something that I thought that I could just pick into Hardway's champion pool, just because the champions he picks are like typically like slower pushers. I mean, Tristan is quick, but like I don't know. I just felt like I could just play Graves, push him in, and then roam around. So that was what I just wanted to do. And then the bot lane were comfortable. Obviously, they double banned Beard, so Beard was just like, okay, if they banned Seraphine and Tarek, then they'll just take the Zyra. And then Malco with the Misfortune, we kind of just wanted like a double poke bot, like more of a safe bot that's going to be good in team fights.
How we got to 5-2.
Talking about that, I was super surprised on how the lane states went. How both bot lanes, both games were very like non-interactive in my opinion. Game 2 was a little bit more interactive, but a lot less than I expected. And then top lane and mid lane were just like super chaotic.
Yeah, I think part of the reason is because of Graves like pushing in the waves and then being able to like go into like me going into Evbot's jungle kind of made them want to react. So that's where a lot of fights came out, I think.
Yeah, game one, that early invade on Zac, just showing your jungle knowledge even while in the mid lane, kind of setting up your team for success by stopping him from even taking a buff for so long.
Yeah, I figured he would. I mean, we put some early vision on his camps, so we were just like, okay, we know he's doing like the Raptors to Krugs to red, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get the level 2 push in under tower, and then I'm just gonna go in and like mess with him because Zach can't really do much, but I'm getting invaded, and then like I just had early push against Tristana because my champion pushes faster, so.
Yeah, definitely. When you play him, watch out for that. Graves mid looked ridiculous. Have any shout outs or things you want to say before we move towards the end of the stream?
Honestly, shout out to Reaper for just him and Deity walking around flanking top lane, making it a lot easier for me, especially in that game 1.
For sure. How about you, dude?
I'm gonna shout out Reaper for making it so I don't have to play jungle anymore, because that was kind of cringe. I'm gonna shout out my bot lane for being able to sit on an island and not actually do really well. They were even most of the games with a little intervention. So bot lane did really solid, especially for them not playing together that much. And then big shout out to Hobbit. He's my MVP. Dude clapped. Dude clapped Masters top laner as like hasn't been really practicing top lane that much, and he was just able to perform. So it was really coming together moment for the team.
For sure. Luminaire says you went top and you gained the ability to count by 1. How high can you count now, Hobbit?
It's still 4. I had to get 4 seconds for grass proc. So
true. Well, we'll keep working on it. But you got any last questions, or you guys all good?
No, just thank you for having us.
For sure. Well, thank you
Yeah,
all for
absolutely.
watching. Again, you got any primes, we'll take them. Check out the new merch shop that Beard has created. Let us know if you want anything else made that you'd be interested in. And thank you all for watching. We will catch you next time.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.